Hey, this is Raulio, and in this tutorial, I want to share with you some recent updates to Google Classroom. I wish they did this before the school year started, but now that we're a week in, you're going to notice even more changes from what we saw previously. As you know before, the Classwork page is brand new. This is where you're going to create your assignments and your questions into topics so you can organize them in units of study. Please check out my previous video tutorials about that new feature in Google Classroom. But you might note there's no plus sign on the stream page. So here I am back on stream. Plus sign is gone. Now they just have a box, share something with your class, and you can just type your announcements here. I'll just say this is an announcement. And as before, you could attach files, drive files, YouTube videos, or links, and you can post those immediately, schedule them, or save them as a draft to release later manually. And as before, you could always send it off to multiple classes simultaneously, or you could send it to individualized students and differentiate who receives that message. Let's just post that. The next change comes on the Classwork page. You might recall in the old version of Classroom, there used to be an About page, and you could post materials there for the students to retrieve as needed. It didn't clutter the stream. It was pretty well organized, and you can kind of chunk your content into any way you'd see fit based on whatever you named your materials folder. Now they've added a new feature, so when you click Create, notice you can now add material. So the old workaround, we were saying, just make an assignment, make it ungraded. Now there's a true materials button. So if you want to make material, maybe it's a document you want students to retrieve, maybe it's a periodic table, maybe it's a formula conversion chart, maybe it's your syllabus, maybe it's whatever it happens to be. You could now attach files. So let me just attach something from my Google Drive. Maybe it's a PDF you want the students to read. And then you can also arrange it into a topic. You can put it in one you've already created, or of course you can create one on the fly. Maybe you want to create one and call it class materials. And then once you're all set, and by the way, you're not limited to just attaching one file. Let's say you want to attach several files. You could certainly go back and attach as many files as you need to in one sitting. And maybe you want to add a link. Now when you post it, it should all appear neatly in the, oh, we can't do, not my file. It's from share with me. I'm just going to make a copy of it. We'll automate that process. And now in my class materials folder, if I click on it and open it up, all of my attachments appear. So if students need to, they can click those open and retrieve those documents as needed without necessarily having to take action like they would in an assignment. So just once again, just a reminder, just to recap, we've got the new stream page with no plus sign, but rather simply starting to type and sharing something with your class. Notice the icon on the far right. This is the reuse post icon. So if you have something from an older class, an archive class per se, you could go back and you could grab one of those and reuse it. The same edit box appears as it did in the past, and you could post that as needed. And then on the Classwork page, once again, the newest feature, we've already talked about assignments and questions, but the newest feature is adding class materials where the students don't necessarily have to take action. Hope you found this useful. Thanks for listening.